Superhero fiction. 12 languages. Superhero fiction. Captain Marvel, an iconic and influential example of the genre. Stylistic origins. Early 20th century. United States, Japan. Cultural origins. Golden Age of comic books, America. Kamishibai, Japan. Features focus on adventures of heroic figures usually possessing superhuman powers and / other abilities. Superhero fiction is a subgenre of speculative fiction, 1. Examining the adventures, personalities, and ethics of costumed crime fighters known as superheroes, who often possess superhuman powers and battle similarly powered criminals known as supervillains. The genre primarily falls between hard fantasy and soft science fiction in the spectrum of scientific realism. It is most commonly associated with American comic books, though it has expanded into other media through adaptations and original works. Common plot elements, edit. This section needs additional citations for verification. Please help improve this article by adding citations to reliable sources in this section. Unsourced material may be challenged and removed. August 2023. Learn how and when to remove this message. Superheroes, edit. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Main article, Superhero. A superhero is most often the protagonist of superhero fiction. However, some titles, such as Marvels by Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross, use superheroes as secondary characters. A superhero, sometimes rendered superhero or superhero, is a type of stock character possessing extraordinary or superhuman powers and dedicated to protecting the public. Since the debut of the prototypical superhero Superman in 1938, stories of superheroes, ranging from brief episodic adventures to continuing years-long sagas, have dominated American comic books and crossed over into other media. The word itself dates to at least 1917. A female superhero is sometimes called a superheroine, also rendered superheroine or superheroine. In the United States, the term superheroes is a registered trademark co-owned by DC Comics and Marvel Comics. By most definitions, characters do not strictly require actual superhuman powers to be deemed superheroes, although terms such as costumed crime fighters or masked vigilantes are sometimes used to refer to those such as Batman and Green Arrow without such powers who share other common superhero traits. Such characters were generally referred to as mystery men in the so-called Golden Age of comic books to distinguish them from characters with superpowers. Normally, superheroes use their powers to counter day-to-day crime while also combating threats against humanity by their criminal counterparts, supervillains. Long-running superheroes such as DC's Batman, Superman and Wonder Woman and Marvel's Spider-Man, Captain America and Iron Man have a rogues gallery of such enemies. One of these supervillains might be the superhero's archenemy. Superheroes will sometimes combat other threats such as aliens, magical /fantasy entities, natural disasters, political ideologies such as Nazism or communism, and their proponents, and godlike or demonic creatures. Discrimination against superheroes, edit. Some superhero fiction portrays discrimination against superheroes, such as by the way of registration acts, improper synthesis, that mandate registration of superpowered individuals with the government, or laws that regulate extra-legal vigilante activity. 2. For example, in the alternate universe of The Watchmen, first published in 1986, a backlash against superheroes leads to the passage of the Keene Act, a federal law that prohibits costumed adventuring except by superheroes working for the government. 2. A similar device was used in the Marvel Comics universe in the mid-2000s, where a Superhero Registration Act is passed, that requires superpowered individuals to not only register with the government, but to make themselves available to be drafted to respond to emergencies. 2. The backlash against superheroes and metahumans in JLA, the Nail series has been compared to the real-life moral campaign against comic book superheroes in the mid-1950s. 3. Relevant. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. In an essay, Ethan Faust argued that the depiction of superheroes in the 2004 film The Incredibles is used to examine societal attitudes towards those with disabilities, first by showing them through the prism of ableism in providing unwanted help to people they view as unable to help themselves, and later as those forced to hide their differences that are now an object of discrimination. 4. Supervillains, edit. Main article, Supervillain. A supervillain or supervillainess is a variant of the villain character type, commonly found in comic books, action movies, and science fiction in various media. They are sometimes used as foils to superheroes and other heroes. Whereas superheroes often wield fantastic powers, the supervillain possesses commensurate powers and abilities so that he can present a daunting challenge to the hero. Even without actual physical, mystical, superhuman or superalien powers, the supervillain often possesses a genius intellect that allows him to draft complex schemes or create fantastic devices. Another common trait is possession of considerable resources to help further his aims. Many supervillains share some typical characteristics of real-world dictators, mobsters, and terrorists and often have aspirations of world domination or universal leadership. Superheroes and supervillains often mirror each other in their powers, abilities, or origins. In some cases, the only difference between the two is that the hero uses his extraordinary powers to help others, while the villain uses his powers for selfish, destructive or ruthless purposes. Secret identities, edit. Main articles, secret identity and alter ego. Both superheroes and supervillains often use alter egos while in action. While sometimes the character's real name is publicly known, alter egos are most often used to hide the character's secret identity from their enemies and the public. With superheroes, the duality of their identities is kept a secret and closely guarded to protect those close to them from being harmed and to prevent them from being called upon constantly, even for problems not serious enough to require their attention. This can be a source of drama, with the superhero being forced to devise means of getting out of sight to change without revealing their identity, or bearing the price of keeping such a secret. In addition, this narrative trope can allow fantasy characters to be in occasional realistic stories without the fantasy element of the subgenre appearing. With supervillains, by contrast, the duality of their identities is kept a secret and closely guarded to conceal their crimes from the general public, so that they may inflict greater harm on the general. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Public, and to enable them to act freely, and hence illegally, without risk of arrest by law enforcement authorities. Death, edit. Main article, comic book death. Death in superhero fiction is rarely permanent, as characters who die are often brought back to life through supernatural means or via retcons, retroactive changes to the continuity, the alteration of previously established facts in the continuity of a fictional work. Fans have termed the practice of bringing back dead characters comic book death. Another common trait of superhero fiction is the killing off of a superhero's significant other by a supervillain to advance the plot. Comic book writer Gail Simone has coined the term women in refrigerators, named after an incident in Green Lantern #54 where Kyle Rayner's girlfriend Alex DeWitt is murdered by the supervillain Major Force and stuffed into Rayner's refrigerator, to refer to this practice. 5.6. Continuity, edit. Main articles, continuity, fiction, and canon, fiction. Many works of superhero fiction occur in a shared fictional universe, sometimes, as in the cases of the DC and Marvel universes, establishing a fictional continuity of thousands of works spread over many decades. Changes to continuity are also common, ranging from small changes to established continuity, commonly called retcons, to full reboots, erasing all previous continuity. It is also common for works of superhero fiction to contain established characters and setting while occurring outside of the main canon for those characters. Crossovers, edit. Main article, fictional crossover. Crossovers often occur between characters of different works of superhero fiction. In comic books, highly publicized events are published featuring crossovers between many characters. In previous eras, especially in the Bronze Age of comic books, Marvel and DC had dedicated series in which their marquee characters such as Spider-Man and Superman would meet various characters in single stories such as Marvel Team Up and DC Comics Presents. However, that publishing fashion has fallen away in favor of occasional limited series and guest appearances in regular series when the writers felt the character's presence was justified. Intercompany crossovers between characters of different continuity are also common. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. An early example of a superhero crossover, Captain Marvel and Bulletman join forces to battle Captain Nazi. The first Phantom Sunday strip, the 28th of May, 1939. Art. Genre flexibility, edit. See also, superheroine. Over the history of the comic book genre, writers for major characters series were required to produce material to strict, regular publishing schedules that often ran for years. As such, to fulfill this strenuous creative requirement, superhero stories have used a wide variety of story genres such as fantasy, science fiction, mystery, horror, crime fiction, etc. that put superhero characters in a vast variety and combinations of story settings and fiction tropes, with their presence the major common element. As such, it has become an expected element to superhero fiction for the heroic characters to be placed in nearly any story situation, including relatively down-to-earth drama with their personal lives out of costume. 7. For instance, the new Teen Titans was a mainstream superhero series which had characters that were a mix of fantasy, Raven, Wonder Girl, science fiction, Cyborg, Starfire, Changeling, Kid Flash, and crime fiction, Robin. Furthermore, their series had such a variety of stories, such as in a year-long period of 1982 to 3 where in rapid succession, the team would face Brother Blood, a costumed supervillain cult leader, then promptly have a space opera story where the team goes to another planet to oppose the Imperial forces of Blackfire and then return to Earth only to get involved in a relatively realistic urban crime story about runaways. History, edit. Prototypes, edit. The mythologies of many ancient civilizations feature pantheons of gods and goddesses with superhuman powers, as well as heroes such as Hanuman, Gilgamesh, Perseus, Odysseus and David, and demigods like Heracles. 8, 9. Real-life inspirations behind costumed superheroes can be traced back to the masked vigilantes of the American Old West, such as the San Diego Vigilantes, 10, and the Bald Knobbers, 11, who fought and killed outlaws while wearing masks. 12. The Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. By Ray Moore. Character of Spring-Heeled Jack, 13, who first emerged as an urban legend of the early 19th century, was reconceived as a masked and costumed adventurer during the 1890s. The hero's journey is a well-known archetypal story type in which the protagonist undertakes a quest to achieve both material advantage and psychological and ethical maturity, and is generally considered to function as a metaphor and guide for children transitioning to adulthood or from egoism to altruism as the core concept of the self. Antecedents of the superhero archetype include such folkloric heroes as Robin Hood, who adventured in distinctive clothing, and King Arthur, who possessed a supernatural weapon. 13. Penny dreadfuls, shilling shockers, dime novels, radio programs, and other popular fiction of the late 19th and early 20th centuries featured mysterious, swashbuckling heroes with distinct costumes, unusual abilities and altruistic missions. The 1903 play The Scarlet Pimpernel and its spin-offs further popularized the idea of a masked avenger and the superhero trope of a secret identity. 13. Such characters as the Green Hornet and the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh would follow. Likewise, the science fiction heroes John Carter of Mars, Buck Rogers, and Flash Gordon, with their futuristic weapons and gadgets, Tarzan, with his high degree of athleticism and strength, and his ability to communicate with animals, Robert E. Howard's Conan the Barbarian and the biologically modified Hugo Danner of the novel Gladiator, were heroes with unusual abilities who fought sometimes larger-than-life foes. The word superhero itself dates to at least 1917. 14. The most direct antecedents are pulp magazine crime fighters such as the Masked and Caped Zorro, introduced by Johnston M. McCulley in 1919 with The Curse of Capistrano, with his trademark Z, the technologically advanced Black Sapper, 1929. 15. The preternaturally mesmeric The Shadow, 1930, the peak human Doc Savage, 1933, and The Spider, 1933, and Comic strip characters such as Hugo Hercules, 1902, Popeye, 1929, The Phantom, 1936, 16, and Olga Mesmer, 1937. 17. The first masked crime fighter created for comic books was writer-artist George Brenner's non-superpowered detective The Clock, 1819, who debuted in Centaur Publications Funny Pages #6, November 1936. In August 1937, in a letter column of the Pulp magazine, Thrilling Wonder Stories, the word superhero was used to define the title character of the comic strip Zanuck by Max Plasted. 2021, historians point to the first appearance of Superman, created by Jerome Jerry Siegel and designed by Joseph Joe Shuster, in Action Comics #1, June 1938. As the debut of the comic book archetype of the superhero. 22. Outside the American comics industry, superpowered, costumed superheroes, such as Gunbat, 1931, and the Prince of Gamma, early 1930s, were visualized in painted panels used by Kamishibai by oral storytellers in Japan. They both anticipated elements of Superman and Batman. Prince of Gamma, for example, had an extraterrestrial origin story and a secret identity. His alter ego was a street urchin, much like Superman. 23, 24. An earlier example from Japan is Sarutabi Sajuke, a superhero ninja from children's novels in the 1910s. 25, 26, 27. By 1914, his abilities explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Included superhuman strength, chanting incantations, appearing and disappearing, jumping to the top of the highest trees, riding on clouds, conjuring the elements, water, fire and wind, and transforming into other people or animals. 25. Golden Age, edit. Main article, Golden Age of Comic Books. In 1938, writer Jerry Siegel and artist Joe Shuster, who had previously worked in pulp science fiction magazines, introduced Superman. Siegel, as the writer, actually created the central and supporting characters. Shuster, as the artist, designed these characters, and gave Superman the first version of his now iconic uniform. The character possessed many of the traits that have come to define the superhero: a secret identity, superhuman powers and a colorful costume including a symbol and cape. His name is also the source of the term superhero, although early comic book heroes were sometimes also called mystery men or masked heroes. DC Comics, which published under the names National and All-American at the time, received an overwhelming response to Superman and, in the years that followed, introduced Batman, Wonder Woman, the Green Lantern, the Flash, the Hawkman, Aquaman, and the Green Arrow. The first team of superheroes was DC's Justice Society of America, featuring most of the aforementioned characters. Although DC dominated the superhero market at this time, companies large and small created hundreds of superheroes. The Human Torch of the Golden Age and the Submariner, from Marvel Comics, then called Timely Comics and later rebranded Atlas Comics, and Plastic Man and Phantom Lady from Quality Comics were also hits. Will Eisner's The Spirit, featured in a comic strip, would become a considerable artistic inspiration to later comic book creators. The era's most popular superhero, however, was Fawcett Comics' Captain Marvel, whose exploits regularly outsold those of Superman during the 1940s. When Fawcett Comics went out of business as such, DC Comics, which had been embroiled in a bitter copyright dispute with Fawcett Comics over Captain Marvel, bought out the copyright to not only the character but also his ancillary Marvel family of heroes and villains. During World War II, superheroes grew in popularity, surviving paper rationing and the loss of many writers and illustrators to service in the armed forces. The need for simple tales of good triumphing over evil may explain the wartime popularity of superheroes. Publishers responded with stories in which superheroes battled the Axis powers and the patriotically themed superheroes, most notably Marvel's Captain America as well as DC's Wonder Woman. Like other pop culture figures of the time, superheroes were used to promote domestic propaganda during wartime, ranging from the purchasing of war bonds. Citation needed. Following superheroes' popularity during this time, those characters' appeal began to dwindle in the post-war era. 28. Comic book publishers, casting about 4 new subjects and genres, found. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Success in, particularly, crime fiction, the most prominent comic of which was Lev Gleason. Publications is Crime Does Not Pay, 29, and horror. Citation needed. The lurid nature of these genres sparked a moral crusade in which comics were blamed for juvenile delinquency, and the United States Senate Subcommittee on Juvenile Delinquency began. The movement was spearheaded by psychiatrist Frederick Wertham, who argued in Seduction of the Innocent that deviant sexual undertones ran rampant in superhero comics. 30. In 2012, his methodology was reviewed and his results were found to be misleading if not falsified. 31. 32. In response, the comic book industry adopted the stringent Comics Code. By the mid-1950s, only Superman, Batman and Wonder Woman retained a sliver of their prior popularity, although effort towards complete inoffensiveness led to stories that many consider silly, especially by modern standards. This ended what historians have called the Golden Age of comic books. Silver Age, edit. Main article, Silver Age of comic books. In the 1950s, DC Comics, under the editorship of Julius Schwartz, recreated many popular 1940s heroes, launching an era later deemed the Silver Age of comic books. The Flash, Green Lantern, Hawkman and several others were recreated with new origin stories. While past superheroes resembled mythological heroes in their origins and abilities, these heroes were inspired by contemporary science fiction. In 1960, DC banded its most popular heroes together in the Justice League of America, which became a sales phenomenon. Empowered by the return of the superhero at DC, Marvel Comics editor/writer Stan Lee and the artists/co-writers Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko and Bill Everett launched a new line of superhero comic books, beginning with the Fantastic Four in 1961 and continuing with the Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, the X-Men, and Daredevil. These comics continued DC's use of science fiction concepts. Radiation was a common source of superpowers, but placed greater emphasis on personal conflict and character development. This led to many superheroes that differed from predecessors with more dramatic potential. For example, the Fantastic Four were a superhero family of sorts, who squabbled and even held some unresolved acrimony towards one another, and Spider-Man was a teenager who struggled to earn money and maintain his social life in addition to his costumed exploits. In non-comics media, edit. Film, edit. Main article, superhero film. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. The 1941 film Adventures of Captain Marvel, Republic Pictures. This section needs additional citations for verification. Please help improve this article by adding citations to reliable sources in this section. Unsourced material may be challenged and removed. Find sources: superhero fiction news, Times newspapers, Times books, Times Scholar, Times Chester, November 2021. Learn how and when to remove this message. Superhero films began as Saturday movie serials aimed at children during the 1940s, with the first film adaptation of a comic book superhero being The Adventures of Captain Marvel in 1941. The decline of these serials meant the death of superhero films until the release of 1978's Superman, a critical and commercial success. Several sequels followed in the 1980s. 1989's Batman was also highly successful and followed by several sequels in the 1990s. Yet while both franchises were initially successful, later sequels in both series fared poorly, both artistically and financially, stunting the growth of superhero films. For a time, hit films such as 1998's Blade, 2000's X-Men and Unbreakable, and 2002's Spider-Man have led to sequel installments, as well as encouraging the development of numerous superhero film franchises. In the 21st century, both successful, such as 2005's Batman Begins, a reboot of the Batman film series, and unsuccessful, such as 2004's Catwoman. With that resurgence, the subgenre has become a major element of mainstream film production, with outstanding successes like 2008's The Dark Knight, 2012's The Avengers and The Dark Knight Rises, 2013's Iron Man 3, and 2015's Avengers: Age of Ultron, attracting major revenue and critical plaudits. This trend was reinforced in 2016 with the outstanding success of the critically lauded Deadpool, a film adaptation of a relatively minor Marvel Comics character that premiered at over $100 million in February, a time of year generally considered poor for movie audience interest. 33. It was an observation further confirmed in 2018 when Black Panther was an even grander success with a $235 million debut in the same time of year. 34, and later became the first superhero film to be nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture. Avengers: Endgame became the highest-grossing film of all time. In 2017, the film Sign Gene featured about deaf superheroes who use sign language. 35. Live-action television series, edit. Main article, list of superhero television series. Several live-action superhero programs aired from the early 1950s until the late 1970s. These included Adventures of Superman, 36, starring George Reeves, the action comedy Batman, 36, series, Of the 1960s, often interpreted as being campy, starring Adam West and Burt Ward. In the 1970s, however, the genre would find a newfound credibility in the medium with the original series, The Six. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. $1 Million Man, 37, and its spin-off, The Bionic Woman, 37, being sustained successes. This led to direct adaptations of comic book superheroes such as ABC/CBS drama series Wonder Woman, 36. Of the 1970s starring Linda Carter. The Incredible Hulk, 36, of the late 1970s and early 1980s. However, had a more somber tone. Superboy, 36, ran from 1988 to 1992 in syndication. In the 1990s, The Power Rangers, 36, adapted from the Japanese Super Sentai, became popular. 38. Other shows targeting teenage and young adult audiences that decade included Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. 36. In 2001, Smallville, 36, retooled Superman's origin as a teen drama. The 2006 NBC series Heroes, 36, tells the story of several ordinary people who each suddenly find themselves with a superpower. The British series Misfits, 39, incorporates superhuman abilities to undesirables in society. In this case, young offenders put on community service all have super powers and each use them to battle villains of sorts. In the 1980s, an unsuccessful attempt was made to realize this last concept in the United States with the short-lived action comedy, Misfits of Science. 40. In the 2010s, Warner Brothers created a successful adaptation of the Green Arrow. Arrow, 36, that began the successful Arrowverse television franchise. Marvel meanwhile had a successful television spin-off of their Marvel Cinematic Universe franchise Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., 36, while creating a number of series on the streaming service Netflix, before moving the bulk of their properties to the copyright owners, Disney, to its own streaming service, Disney+. DC series include Shazam, 36, The Secrets of Isis, 40, The Flash, 1990 TV series, 36, Birds of Prey, 40, and Gotham. 36. Arrowverse series include The Flash, 2014 TV series, 36, Supergirl, 36, Legends of Tomorrow, 36, and Constantine. 36. Marvel series include The Amazing Spider-Man, 36, Spidey Super Stories, 41, and Mutant X. 40. Netflix series include Daredevil, 36, Jessica Jones, 36, Luke Cage, 36, Iron Fist, 36, and The Defenders. 36. Japanese tokusatsu series include Ultraman, 42, Spectreman, 43, and Kamen Rider. 44. Other series include Buffy the Vampire Slayer, 45, Angel, 46, The Phantom, 47, Captain Nice, 40, Mr. Terrific, 48, The Green Hornet, 36, Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, 40, The Greatest American Hero, 36, Dark Angel, 49, No Ordinary Family, 40, and Alias. 50. Animation, edit. In the 1940s, Fleischer / Famous produced a number of groundbreaking Superman cartoons, which became the first examples of superheroes in animation. Since the 1960s, superhero cartoons have been a staple of children's television, particularly in the US. However, by the early 1970s, US broadcasting restrictions on violence in children's entertainment led to series that were extremely tame, a trend exemplified by the series Super Friends. Meanwhile, Japan's anime industry successfully contributed its own style of superhero series, such as Science Ninja, Team Gatchaman. In the 1980s, the Saturday morning cartoon Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends brought together Spider-Man, Iceman, and Firestar. The following decade, Batman, the animated series, which was aimed at somewhat older audiences, found critical success in mainstream publications. 51. This Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF series led to the successful DC Animated Universe franchise and other adaptations such as Teen Titans, which Marvel emulated with X-Men and Spider-Man, the animated series. Comics superhero mythos itself received a nostalgic treatment in the 2004 Disney / Pixar release, The Incredibles, which utilized computer animation. Original superheroes with basis in older trends have also been made for television, such as Disney's Gargoyles by Greg Weisman and Cartoon Network's Ben 10 franchise and Nickelodeon's Danny Phantom. Radio, edit. Beginning 1940s, the radio serial Superman starred Bud Collyer as the titular hero. Fellow DC Comics stars Batman and Robin made occasional guest appearances. Other superhero radio programs starred characters including the costumed but not superpowered Blue Beetle, and the non-costumed, superpowered Popeye. Also appearing on radio were such characters as the Green Hornet, the Green Llama, Doc Savage, and the Lone Ranger, a Western hero who relied on many conventions of the superhero archetype. Literature, edit. Adaptations, edit. Superheroes occasionally have been adapted into prose fiction, starting with Random House's 1942 novel The Adventures of Superman by George Lowther. In the 1970s, Elliot S. Magin wrote the Superman novels, Last Son of Krypton, 1978, and Miracle Monday, coinciding with but not adapting the movie Superman. 52. Other early adaptations include novels starring the comic strip Hero the Phantom, starting with 1943's Son of the Phantom. The character likewise returned in 1970s books, with a 15-installment series from Avon Books beginning in 1972, written by Phantom creator Lee Falk, Ron Goulet, and others. Also during the 1970s, Pocket Books published 11 novels based on Marvel Comics characters. 52. Juvenile novels featuring Marvel Comics and DC Comics characters including Batman, Spider-Man, the X-Men, and the Justice League, have been published, often marketed in association with TV series, as have Big Little books starring the Fantastic Four and others. In the 1990s and 2000s, Marvel and DC released novels adapting such story arcs as The Death of Superman, Planet Hulk, Wonder Woman, Earth 1, Spider-Man, Birth of Venom and Batman's No Man's Land. Original, edit. Original superhero or superhuman fiction has appeared in both novel and short story print forms. Unrelated to adaptations from the major comic book companies. It has also appeared in poetry. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Print magazines devoted to such stories include 1,000 Faces, a quarterly journal of superhuman fiction, published since 2007 in print and electronic form, and online only as of 2011, 53, and This Mutant Life, superhero fiction, a bimonthly print publication from Australia. Published since 2010. 54. The latter magazine was one of the few to also publish superhero poetry, ceasing to do so as of 2011. Superhero poems there included Philip L. Tight's Brittle Lives, Mark Floyd's Nemesis, and Jay McLeod's All Our Children. Novels with original superhuman stories include Robert Meyer's Superfolks, St. Martin's Griffin. The 9th of March, 2005, James Mackey's Nobody Gets the Girl, Phobos Books, 2003, Rob Rogers's Devils. Cape, Wizards of the Coast Discoveries imprint, 2008, Austin Grossman's Soon I Will Be Invincible. Pantheon Books, 2007, La VTR's The Violent Century, Hodder and Stutton, 2013, David J. Schwartz's Superpowers, a novel, Three Rivers Press, 2008, Matthew Cody's Powerless, Knopf. 2009, Van Allen Plexico's Sentinel series of superhero novels, Swarm / Permuted Press, beginning in 2008, and Marissa Mayer's Renegades trilogy. Collections of superhuman short stories include Who Can Save Us Now? Brand New Superheroes and Their Amazing Short Stories, edited by Owen King and John McNally, Free Press, 2008, and Masked, edited by Lou Anders, Gallery. 2010. With the rise of e-book readers like Kindle and Nook, a host of superhero stories have been self-published, including R. Hayward's Extracted, 2017, R.T. Leone's Invincible, 2017, and Mike Vago's Self-Destructible, 2018. Video games, edit. See also, category Superhero video games. While many popular superheroes have been featured in licensed video games, up until recently, there have been few that have revolved around heroes created specifically for the game. This has changed due to popular franchises. The Silver Age-inspired Freedom Force, 2002, City of Heroes. 2004, Infamous Series and Champions Online, 2009, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, or MOBA, all of which allow players to create their own superheroes and / or villains. Internet, edit. In the 1980s and 1990s, the Internet allowed a worldwide community of fans and amateur writers to bring their own superhero creations to a global audience. The first, citation needed, original major shared superhero universe to develop on the Internet was SuperGui, which first appeared on a News mailing list in 1989. Citation needed, in 1992, a cascade on the Usenet news group. Rec.arts.comics would give birth to the Legion of Net Heroes shared universe. Citation needed, in 1994, LNH writers contributed to the creation of the newsgroup rec.arts.comics.creative, which spawned a number of original superhero shared universes. Citation needed. Magazine-style websites that publish superhero fiction include MetaHuman Press, active since 2005, 55, and Freedom Fiction Journal. 56. Superhuman fiction has also appeared in general. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Science fiction / speculative fiction web publications, such as the weekly Strange Horizons, a publication that pays its contributors. 57. 2 examples there are Paul Melko's Dr. Mighty and The Case of Ennui and Saladin Ahmed's Dr. Diablo Goes Through the Motions. The web serial Worm began publication in 2011 and completed in 2013, while its sequel, Ward, began in November 2017 and completed in May 2020. Outside the United States, edit. There have been successful superhero works in other countries, most of whom share the conventions of the American model. Examples include Cyber 6 from Argentina, Captain Canuck from Canada, and the Heroes of AK Comics from Egypt. Japan is the only country that nears the United States in output of superheroes. Citation needed. The earlier of these wore scarves either in addition to or as a substitute for capes, and many wear helmets instead of masks. Japan, edit. Further information, Kamishibai, Tokusatsu, Shinin Manga, Magical Girl, and Super Robot. Japanese superheroes date back to the 1930s, when some of the earliest superpowered costumed heroes appeared in Japan's Kamishibai, a form of street theater where scenes are visualized in painted panels used by oral storytellers. Popular examples of Kamishibai superheroes include Gun Bat, who debuted in 1931, and Prince of Gamma, who debuted in the early 1930s. They anticipated several superhero fiction elements and superpowers that later appeared among American comic superheroes such as Superman, 1938 debut, and Batman, 1939 debut. 23, 24. The iconic manga series Astro Boy, 1952-1968, by Osamu Tezuka is considered to be the first, 58. Superhero, 59, of Japanese manga and anime, and considered to be one of the most influential works in the medium to date. 60. The character of Astro Boy, Atom, himself is sometimes considered the manga equivalent to Superman. 61. Due to the influence and popularity, 62, of the character and the series. Additionally, Moonlight Mask, Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, the basis for Power Rangers, Metal Hero series and Kikaider have become popular in Japanese tokusatsu live-action shows, and Science Ninja Team Gatchaman, Casshern, Devilman, Dragon Ball, 63, 64, The Guyver, One Punch Man, My Hero Academia and Sailor Moon are popular series of Japanese anime and manga. Japanese manga that target female readers include varieties such as Magical Girl, for example Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura. Other countries, edit. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. In 1947, Filipino writer/cartoonist Mars Ravelo introduced the Asian superhero Indana, a young Filipina country girl who found a mystic talisman pebble from another planet that allows her to transform into an adult warrior woman. She appeared in her own feature-length motion picture in 1951 and has become a cultural institution in the Philippines. British superheroes began appearing in the Golden Age shortly after the first American heroes became popular in the UK. 65. Most original British heroes were confined to anthology comics. Magazines such as Lion, Valiant, Warrior, and 2000 AD. Marvelman, known as Miracleman in North America, is an original British superhero, although he was based heavily on Captain Marvel. Popular in the 1960s, British readers grew fond of him, and contemporary UK comics writers Alan Moore and Neil Gaiman revived Marvelman in series that reinvented the characters in a more serious vein, an attitude prevalent in newer British heroes, such as Zenith. Judge Dredd is also a well-known British comics character. In France, where comics are known as bande dessinée, literally drawn strip, and regarded as a proper art form, Editions Lug began translating and publishing Marvel comic books in anthology magazines in 1969. Soon, Lug started presenting its own heroes alongside Marvel stories. Some closely modeled their US counterparts, such as the trio of Harvard entomologists, Olympic athletes Micros, Salter, Eller and Crab, of the S.H.I.E.L.D. saga of CLASH, while others included the shape-changing alien Wampus. Many were short-lived, while others rivaled their inspirations in longevity and have been the subject of reprints and revivals. In the late 1980s, Raj Comics introduced the superhero genre in India and in the process became one of the biggest comics publishing house in India. The Raj Comics universe is home to many Indian superheroes, most notable among them being Nagraj, Super Commando Dhruva and Doga. Indian superheroes have also made their presence felt in other media including television and movies over the years. Notable among these are Shaktiman, Mr. India, Krish, Chitty and G.1. In 1954, Brazilian filmmaker Rubem Biafora introduced Capitão 7, Captain 7, the first Brazilian superhero, described as a mix of Superman, Captain Marvel and a dash of Flash Gordon, in a television series for TV Record. Later the superhero was adapted into comics as well. 66. On Middle East Kuwait-based company Teshkeel Comics, after translating American comics, also published an original superhero comic book series, The 99. The 99 debuted in May 2006, and continued to be published until September 2013. Teshkeel published The 99 in English, Arabic, and Indonesian, among other languages. 67. The 99 was distributed in North America via Diamond Comic Distributors. 68. Cat Claw is a superhero co-created by a pair of Serbian comic artists and writers. Bioli Orzel, White Eagle, is a Polish mainstream superhero created by brothers Adam and Masiaj Kmiolek, and colored by Rex Locus, who also working for DC and Marvel. Earlier attempts of explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Introduction. Superhero convention in Poland includes Leopold Terman's novel ZLY, also known as The Man with White Eyes, Andrzej Kondratiuk's parodistic movie Hydra Zagordka about Superman's spoof as Ace, Bondesque cosmic super spy Tajfun, Typhoon, created by Tadeusz Rachkiewicz, 69, and cult following underground punk Liquidator, by Ryszard Dabrowski. About anti-hero eco-terrorist anarchist vigilante comparable to Lobo and the Punisher. 70. Malaysia also created a few notable superheroes, such as Kiluang Man, who is very similar to Batman and appeared in his own animation series, and Sikak Man, who has appeared in 2 successful comedic superhero films. In Australia, the print magazine This Mutant Life, superhero fiction was launched by editor Ben Langdon as a bi-monthly to publish prose and some poetry. It discontinued accepting poetry in 2011, of original superhuman fiction. References, edit. 1. Plot elements and examples of superhero fiction. Masterclass. The 28th of September, 2021. Retrieved. The 15th of May, 2024. 2. ABC Daily, James, Davidson, Ryan, 2012. The Law of Superheroes. Avery. Asin B007999LK0. 3. Brokenshire, Mark, May, 2013. Justice League of America, The Nail. Critical Survey of Graphic Novels, Heroes and Superheroes. p. 388 via EBSCO host. The fearmongering and resulting public backlash against superheroes and metahumans in the story can be compared to the moral panic that erupted over comic book superheroes in the mid-1950s. 4. Days, Kelly, Paralo, Denise F. 2021. Social Order and Authority in Disney and Pixar Films. Roman and Littlefield. p. 144. ISBN 978-1-7936-2211-2. 5. Condon, Michael, October, 2002. The Farnzig Challenge. Farnzing. Retrieved the 11th of January, 2006. 6. Prousgani, Brian, the 12th of August, 2015. Rise of the Female Superhero. Yahoo! News. 7. McCubbin, Chris, the 1st of June, 1989. Editorial. Amazing Heroes. 1, 166 3. 8. C. Coogan, Peter, the 25th of July, 2006. Superhero, The Secret Origin of a Genre. Austin, Texas. Monkeybrain Books. ISBN 1-932265-18X. 9. Ebert, Roger, the 4th of March, 2009. Watchmen Movie Review and Film Summary, 2009. Roger Ebert. Retrieved the 11th of June, 2022. 10. Crawford, Richard, the 30th of April, 1992. The Wild West, Executions Staged by Vigilantes Marred Justice. In the 1880s. Los Angeles Times. The 30th of April, 1992. 11. Sokol, Tony, the 20th of January, 2019. The Punisher and the Dark Myth of the Real-Life Vigilante. Den. Of Geek. 12. Gavala, Chris. On the Origin of Superheroes, From the Big Bang to Action Comics No. 1. University. Avaya Press, 1 edition, the 1st of November, 2015. p. 132. ISBN 978-1609383817. 13. ABC Packer, Sharon, 2009. Superheroes and Superegos, Analyzing the Minds Behind the Masks. Greenwood Publishing Group. p. 52. ISBN 978-0313355363. 14 Definition of superhero. Merriam-Webster. 15 Jess Nevins. The Encyclopedia of Pulp Heroes. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 16 Loves, Frank, the 11th of November, 2013. Superheroes Go the American Way on PBS Newsday. New York / Long Island. Archived from the original on the 22nd of February, 2014. Retrieved the 15th of November, 2013. 17 Glenn Weldon, Michael Cantor. Superheroes, Capes Cowles and the Creation of Comic Book Culture. p87. 18 Mark Steen, Donald D. Don Mark Steen's Toonapedia, The Clock. 19 The Clock. 20 Davin, Eric Liff, 2006. Partners in Wonder, Women and the Birth of Science Fiction, 1926 to 1965. Lexington Books. ISBN 978-0-7391-1267-0. 21 Citations for Superhero N. 22 The Golden Age of Comics. www.pbs.org. Retrieved the 11th of January, 2018. 23 A.B. Davison, Zach, the 19th of December, 2010. The First Superhero, The Golden Bat. comicsbulletin.com. Archived from the original on the 9th of November, 2014. Retrieved the 18th of November, 2014. 24 A.B. Bradner, Lysa, the 29th of November, 2009. The Superheroes of Japan Who Predated Superman and Batman. Los Angeles Times. Archived from the original on the 5th of January, 2014. Retrieved the 18th of November, 2014. 25 A.B. Torrance, Richard, 2005. Literacy and Literature in Osaka, 1890–1940. The Journal of Japanese Studies, 31. Society for Japanese Studies, 56. Sarutobi Sajuk precipitated a ninja boom among the young throughout the country. Sarutobi is an adolescent superhero who, in addition to his ability to chant incantations, appear and disappear at will, and leap to the top of the highest tree, can hear whispered conversations hundreds of yards away, is superhumanly strong, can ride on clouds, is able to conjure water, fire and wind as well as transform himself into other people and animals. 26 A primer on the history of ninja. Vintage Ninja. Retrieved the 20th of November, 2011. 27 Yoshimoto, Mitsuhiro, 2000. Kurosawa, Film Studies and Japanese Cinema. Duke University Press. p. 417. ISBN 978-0-8223-2519-2. 28 Wright, Bradford W. Comic Book Nation, The Transformation of Youth Culture in America, The Johns Hopkins University Press, 2001, ISBN 0-8018-6514-X, ISBN 978-0-8018-6514-5, p. 57. 29 Right, pp. 77-85. 30 Amazing Heroes, issue #unknown, 1987 Frederick Wertham, Anti-Comics Crusader Who Turned Advocate, by Dwight Decker. Revised version reprinted at website The Art Bin, articles and essays. 31 Here, Jeet, 4th of April, 2008. The Caped Crusader, Frederick Wertham and the Campaign Against Comic Books. Slate. Retrieved 6th of March, 2013. Still, Hajdu is right to point out that Wertham's ideas of proof were extremely primitive, more forensic than scientific. Wertham had often testified in court cases, which skewed his sense of evidence. Wertham thought he could prove his point by stringing together many anecdotes collected from his clinical research, making his claims virtually unverifiable. 32 Carol L. Tilley. 2012. Seducing the Innocent, Frederick Wertham and the Falsifications That Helped Condemn Comics. Information and Culture, a Journal of History. 47, 4, 383413. 33 Mendelssohn, Scott, 14th of February 2016. Box office, Deadpool is so hot right now with record $150 million 4-day weekend debut. Forbes. Retrieved 14th of February 2016. 34 McNary, Dave, 19th of February 2018. Box office, Black Panther heads to glory with $235 million. Holiday weekend. Variety. Retrieved 27th of February 2018. 35 Panay, Diane, 10th of September 2017. Sign Gene by Emilio Insulera arrives at cinema. A shaded view of fashion. Archived from the original on 14th of December 2017. Retrieved 14th of December 2017. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 36 ABCDEFGHIJKLMNOPQRSTUVWXYZ Hughes, Mark, 28th of July 2017. The top 50 best and worst superhero TV shows of all time. Forbes. Steve Forbes. Retrieved 18th of September 2017. 37 AB Leighton Turner, Marsha, 3rd of March 2009. The Complete Idiot's Guide to 40,000 Baby Names, 2nd edition. Penguin Publishing. ISBN 9781101012338. Retrieved 22nd of August 2018. 38 Suderman, Peter, 29th of March 2017. Why Power Rangers is a one-of-a-kind TV franchise. Vox. Vox Media. Retrieved 7th of January 2017. 39 Macmillan, Graham, 12th of January 2013. The 10 must-watch episodes of Misfits, the best superhero show on TV. Wired. Condé Nast. Retrieved 2nd of October 2016. 40 ABCDEFG 20 Forgotten Superheroes. Rotten Tomatoes. Fandango. 8th of August 2017. Retrieved 7th of January 2018. 41 Hodgson, Alex, the 5th of November 2017. Spider-Man: The Ultimate Guide. Geeks Media. Jerick Ventures LLC. Retrieved the 5th of November 2018. 42-carat Satake, Shinichi, the 31st of July 2018. Ultraman, 50 Years of Battling Monsters. The Japan Times. The Japan Times Limited. Retrieved the 1st of October 2016. 43-carat Craig, Timothy J. the 31st of July 2018. Japan Pop, Inside the World of Japanese Popular Culture. Routledge. ISBN 9781317467205. Retrieved the 16th of October 2016. 44-carat A Hero for All Ages, Kamen Rider star popular with women. Trends in Japan. Japan Information Network. The 5th of November 2002. Retrieved the 1st of August 2018. 45-carat Brown, Katie, the 4th of February 2015. Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Charmed, the refeminization of female superheroes. The Artifice. The Artifice Network. Retrieved the 30th of July 2018. 46-carat The Ups and Downs of Superhero TV. Michigan Chronicle. The 27th of August 2012. Retrieved the 29th of August 2016. 47-carat Patrick, Kevin, the 15th of November 2017. The Phantom Unmasked, America's First Superhero. University of Iowa Press. ISBN 9781609385019. Retrieved the 9th of August 2018. 48-carat Kenneth Muir, John, the 13th of February 2004. The Encyclopedia of Superheroes on Film and Television. 2nd ed. McFarland and Company. ISBN 9780786437559. Retrieved the 16th of August 2018. 49-carat Louis Aldemar, Frederick, the 10th of October 2017. Latinx Superheroes in Mainstream Comics. University of Arizona Press. ISBN 9780816537389. Retrieved the 20th of August 2018. 50-carat Bowman, Sabiena, the 20th of May 2016. 7 reasons an Alias reboot would be amazing and needs to happen right now. Bustle. Brian Goldberg. Retrieved the 15th of January 2017. 51-carat Ken Tucker said of the former, in TV review, Holy Bad Tune. Entertainment Weekly, September 4, 1992, the animation is first-rate, moving Batman across grey cotton clouds and against a backdrop of teetering Art Deco-style skyscrapers. In contrast to both the 60s show or director, Tim Burton's movies, the new Batman features plots that actually make sense and an occasional bit of clever dialogue that never curdles into camp. 52-carat AB superhero novels. 53-carat famous superhero books and science fiction. Retrieved the 11th of June 2022. 54-carat This Mutant Life. Archived from the original on the 25th of January 2014. 55-carat Metahuman Press. 56 Freedom Fiction Journal. 57 Strange Horizons Jobs. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 58 Anderson, John, the 16th of October, 2009. Astro Boy creator Tezuka the Walt Disney of Japan. Newsday. Archived from the original on the 17th of October, 2019. Retrieved the 17th of October, 2019. 59 Lath, Sam, the 15th of November, 2009. Astro Boy is a Japanese superhero whose backside fires bullets. How cool is that? The Guardian. ISSN 0261-3077. Retrieved the 17th of October, 2019. 60 Astro Boy and the Legacy of Osamu Tezuka. Fold by Moleskine, the new magazine for art. Trends and Talents, in Italian. Retrieved the 17th of October, 2019. 61 Anime 101, the cultural influence of Astro Boy creator Osamu Tezuka. Nerdist. The 17th of February, 2016. Retrieved the 17th of October, 2019. 62 10 Essential Manga that should belong in every comic collection. Paste Magazine. The 5th of June, 2015. Retrieved the 17th of October, 2019. 63 Grant, Edmund, 1999. Dragon Ball Z the Movie, Dead Zone. The Motion Picture Guide, 1999. Annual, The Films of 1998. Cinebooks. P109. ISBN 978-0-933997-43-1. The Pastoral Bliss. Enjoyed on Earth by alien superhero Goku, his wife Kai, and son Gohan, is interrupted by the emergence of a band of aliens, led by Garlic Jr. 64 Porter, Robert J. 2006. Superheroes in Therapy, Uncovering Children's Secret Identities. In Rubin, Lawrence C. ed. Using Superheroes in Counseling and Play Therapy. Springer Publishing Company. pp. 2348-25. ISBN 978-0-8261-0132-7. 65 British heroes who debuted in the 1940s. Internationalhero.co.uk. 66 Capital 7 ainda podvira hero das revistas, in Portuguese. Gazeta Digital. The 13th of July, 2003. Retrieved the 28th of March, 2023. 67 Coca, Margaret, the 25th of November, 2008. Kuwaiti entrepreneur hopes to create the next Pokemon. The Wall Street Journal. Retrieved the 4th of August, 2009. 68 Teshkeel signs exclusive distribution deal. AME Info. The 5th of December, 2007. Retrieved the 29th of September, 2009. 69 Tajfun, Wydani Kolak Kionaski. Alajarkomiksu.com. 70 Wa Wired Z Risadam de Browskim. comics.gildia.pl. External links, edit. Media related to superhero fiction at Wikimedia Commons. Categories: superhero fiction, speculative fiction, literary genres, adventure fiction. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF.